Real estate agents have to know a lot of rules and regulations in order to do their job properly. Today, we're going to look at a compilation of rules that homeowner associations and condo associations have in place for properties all over the world. Some of you may not find all of these as crazy as others, but we review the varied rules because you never know what could come down the pipeline in your specific part of the world. Living in shared space is not an easy thing for people whose lives revolve around rules. Although some of the most popular properties around the world have some of the strictest rules. You know, if you're in New York City, for example, luxury condos have some of the strictest and most outlandish rules ever. The rules are implemented in order to maintain basic peace at the property and to maximize value. One of the most sought-after properties found in New York City is at 15 Central Park West. Here, they have a high standard for decorum. Residents of this property have a rule that states that no one is allowed to feed birds from their window. Also, residents must maintain a certain level of insurance to cover any accidents or injuries that could be caused by other residents who have wine cellars. Here's some more rules. No bicycles are allowed to be brought through the main entrance or inside elevators too. Another popular rule is no rollerblades, scooters, or any similar type of transportation can be used through the main entrance or even brought into the elevators. If you love your plants, be careful. Many condos have rules that you cannot place your plants on outside ledges. If you travel a lot, this one's for you. Some condo boards or homeowner associations have specific rules when it comes to using your heavy baggage. Any heavy baggage or trunks have to be taken in and out of the building only at particular elevators that the condo board has assigned. For real estate agents that deal in areas that have lots of condos in place and homeowner associations, you're probably used to this one. The fact that some places have rules regarding what specific time you cannot play music or be loud after. 11 o'clock is a popular time, that's 11 p.m. Of course, you also are not allowed to barbecue at many places. Some condos have rules where you cannot have an open house or exhibit anything, especially if you're an artist. This is very important. If you have a pet, be careful to ask if there's any specific rules because some pets are not allowed to ride in passenger lifts. We talked earlier about feeding birds, but keep in mind that some condo associations are very specific in terms of not even being able to feed pigeons from the windows. Some homeowner associations have rules regarding floor space and how you cover them. One specific rule is that you cannot have less than 80% of the total floor area of each room within a residential unit be covered with any kind of rugs, carpeting, or anything that reduces noise. The purpose of this presentation is not to defend any of these rules, it's strictly to make you aware of some of the things that exist out there. Another rule you might be aware of or never heard of is not being allowed to chat with a doorman for an extended period of time. That's actually a rule in some parts of New York City and elsewhere. If you like your plants, be sure to check to see whether there's any specific rules on how you maintain your plants on the interior of your unit too. In some parts of the country, nannies are not allowed to take the passenger lift if they're not working. For pet lovers out there, you might want to think about this. If you have friends that want to come over and bring their dog, they might not be allowed to based on the rules of your association. Associations have been sued all over the world for some of the rules that are in place. For example, in Kentucky, the Andover Forest Homeowners Association was sued by an occupant. His parents erected a small playhouse in the backyard as a result of a physical therapist's suggestion that would help the child out. The homeowner association forbids any structures that are not attached to the main house, and they landed up fining the little boy's family $50 for every day that the miniature playhouse remained standing. Despite all of the support for the little boy as well as his family, the board said they would not back down. One of 7 people who represent that subdivision said that they contend that the playhouse violates association rules, and they were fining the family every day that that playhouse remained. I quote, "They aren't allowed. Structures that are not attached to a house are not allowed." The family did tear down the playhouse rather than risking the chance of losing their home to the homeowners association.